Hey folks, Mike here with Sentry Security. Just taking another look at the RP series DVRs and the spot monitor route. The spot monitor routes are not commonly used anymore because they typically have composite connections, which is a pretty low resolution, not nearly as good as doing, say, a dual monitor setup with full HDMI. However, a lot of our older systems are still employing this technique, as well as our new line of RP series cards that are launching in the 16 channel and up systems will actually have an HDMI spot monitor out. Big advantage of the HDMI spot monitor out compared to the dual monitor is that you gain a lot of free CPU cycles. It's not nearly as CPU intensive as doing a dual display because it's all done at the card level, not relying on the CPU to do that feature for you. Okay, it doesn't have quite the flexibility of the dual monitor setup, but if it works in your situation, then it's a good way to go. So, as you can see here, I've got a system getting ready for installation. It's going to have 3 analog cameras and 1 IP camera. Okay, so we've got our 3 analogs. We've got it set up properly. I've done another how-to video on the RP series called Video Windows, which will show you how to configure it and get it set up in this way, because it is very important when you're using the spot monitor out that you have the cameras in the correct order. So for the spot monitor out on the RP series, we're going to go into our settings and we're going to go to Matrix. Under the Matrix setup, we have different groups. Okay, so we can configure up to 16 different groups. Typically in an installation you will only have 1 group, so we'll leave that on the default. We're going to select the video out port. On a 16 channel system you're only going to have 1 video out port. On a 32 you'll get 2 video out ports. So you're going to select the one that you want, and that's going to be for the card, okay, that's currently plugged into it. So if you've got the cameras need to match the card. Okay, so video out 1 will be your first 16, video out 2 would then be your next 16. You're going to set whether you're outputting it in NTSC, PAL, or VGA. Okay, video view mode is the division of the screen, so how many cameras are going to show up. You can do up to 16 cameras at a time. I would caution against that unless you're using the HDMI connection. In our situation, we'll do a 4 view because that's how many cameras we have. Okay. It's then going to show us the video window. So window 1, we want camera 1. Window 2, camera 2. Window 3, camera 3. And window 4, camera 4. Okay. Once we've configured all of that, we can also, before we save our changes here, we do have this video switch interval. So let's say I actually had more cameras and I wanted video window 1 to cycle through cameras. So if I go back to video window 1, I actually want it to cycle through cameras 1, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And it's going to switch between them every 3 seconds. That time frame is adjustable to suit your particular installation. So once you have that configured how you want, you're going to save your changes and then exit out of the software, open it back up again to restart the software and apply the settings. Once that's done, you're all set and you're up and running again. Thank you.